So, I did play Destiny 2 and its final update. And while they have very clearly added a lot of quality of life things that people have been asking for a long time, there's this unshakable fact that Sony is doing the right thing when it comes to this game. And all of its rust is very much still there. Yes, Destiny 2 is better in a better state than it's been in a long time.
Buzzword, do some work.
But there are some problems that a simple update just can't fix. It's still completely and totally inaccessible for new players, and there's a lot of content that is completely gone. It will not come back. And that means that there's a lot of missing context, which is important for anybody who hasn't played the game before or people who haven't played in a long time, myself included. One of the biggest things, and it's always been a complaint of mine, is when I opened up the game, selected my character, it immediately bombarded me with a series of cutscenes. Completely detached from one another. Before I could even check my options, my inventory, or any of that. After I skipped those cutscenes, it dropped me into a mission. One that I didn't want to do. Now, I've been in this situation before, so I knew that after it was done, I could just quit out and go back to the main menu, but it's still incredibly obnoxious, very intrusive, and disorienting. Also, I was able to find out later that the mission that it dropped me into was one of the starting quests for the Renegades expansion, which just so happens to be an expansion that I don't own. So, them making you do the opening bits of things that you can't actually engage with fully is still very much there. To my own dismay. Honestly, I understand the way that people feel about Destiny 2. They don't want it to go. And I've been in the situation where a live service game, or an MMO, or something else that I just think has so much more potential and so much more life in it, gets shut down or dropped. And it's sad when that happens. I give Bungie props. Every single trailer that they've ever put out for this game has looked phenomenal. Made the game look fantastic, fun, and engaging. And it's always been something that every time I see it, I go, dang, that actually looks like a really, really good time. But my experience with playing the game is always so middling. The menus are... they've always been crazy, but now they're just... it's just a slew of words, items and materials and currencies, and I have absolutely no idea what they do, where I should take them, what's important and what isn't important. A lot of people say that it's not that difficult to follow and track the things that you need to do. And then I check their playtime and see that they've been playing for thousands of hours, and I go, yeah, I guess it isn't difficult for you to track. It's still not a game that I can recommend to anybody that isn't already into the series or the two games or whatever, but all of it just makes me go, yeah, no, Destiny's doing the right thing. And I feel this way because people really don't understand just how much Sony spent and just how long Destiny has been fumbling around. The peak concurrent players for Destiny 2 during its final patch was enough to lag the servers and push the expansion pack bundle that they were selling for $20 to the #1 most sold thing on Steam. And that's very, very cute. But the reality is that this is something that they could have added to the game at any point in time. So why did it take them until this ultimatum? Why did it take them until hearing the news that they would no longer be able to work on the game to make it the experience that was going to bring hundreds of thousands of players back to it? If the content creators, and there are a lot of them, they're really good, I like Aztec Cross, but if he had the ability to pull a call to arms to this magnitude, why did he wait until this point in time? Why did he wait until the game was beyond saving in the eyes of its publisher? Where were all of these people when the Renegades expansion pack dropped? Where were they with the... was it the final shape? I don't even remember. Let's see, I played Beyond the Light. Played Lightfall. What was after? There's so many expansion packs that I don't even know what order they came out in, but I feel like the last two expansions that Destiny 2 got didn't perform well, and that's part of Bungie's entire problem. Sony acquired them in the hopes that Bungie would usher in a new age of live service success for Sony. That didn't happen. Their expansion packs were okay to not great. And then they received the funding and the okay to go ahead and make Marathon, and that game is... Well, I won't get into what Marathon is or isn't, because I haven't played it and I don't want to. But anyone can look at Marathon and see that it's not the success story of a $4 billion acquisition. We could talk about numbers. I could pull up who's playing it and who isn't. The fact of the matter is that Marathon is not the success that it needed to be. When it comes to Sony, you know, it's just really cute, these Destiny fans. I respect them, honestly, I do. But they don't understand who they're dealing with here. They've been screaming and crying and spamming chats and, you know, getting trending on Twitter for maybe a month. I'll go ahead and give them 2 or 3 months. A few months. How long have people been begging Sony to remaster, remake, or port Bloodborne? Sony does not care. You have about another 4 or 5 years of this before Sony even considers it. And that's even assuming that Bungie's still around. And even if they are, you need to understand that you're asking for a monkey's paw wish. Let's go ahead and say that Sony says fine. You've proved your point. We'll go ahead and make another Destiny game. A lot of the writers, the musicians, and the voice actors have already been fired. Let go. They're done. Do you think they're going to come back? They're going to drop everything in their lives to come back and work on a game? Or work on a game for a company that's already proved that, you know, their livelihood is something that they could take or leave? I don't think so. That means that whoever they get to work on this theoretical new Destiny game is going to be a new team with new ideas for what direction a franchise that has dedicated fans but a troubled history is going to take. How many times have we seen a development team try and make their version of a beloved franchise? They wanted to make their version of Dragon Age, They wanted to make their version of Fable. Their version of Halo. Look where it got them. Those games don't carry the same weight, the same meaning. Look at Assassin's Creed. Those games used to be massive events every release. Now they're an RPG that people honestly don't feel that strongly about. So, when it comes to Destiny 2 and the decision to not make content for it anymore, you need to understand that this is actually the best case scenario. Second in line is they make you a game by people who don't have your wants and desires in mind. A game that's basically doomed to fail. I'm a big fan of Aztec, like I said earlier, and I was actually watching one of his videos, and in so he asked his chat, he goes, would you guys play another looter shooter made by Bungie? A lot of people, most of them said no. Hell no. Absolutely no.
And they start working on the next game, whatever it may be. Say that game comes out, or say that game gets revealed, and it's a looter shooter. Will you, as a Destiny fan and player, play Bungie's next looter shooter? I'm getting a lot of no's.
Nope. Sony knows that. Sony knows that. If that wasn't the case, then there might be people playing Marathon. But you want them to make you a game that you already admitted that you don't want to play? Made by potential people that you don't agree with? Their design philosophies and the direction that they want to take? You might end up with a Destiny card game. I don't think you want a Destiny card game. I don't want a Destiny card game. You might end up with some sort of linear cinematic experience with lots of set pieces but very little substance and absolutely no replayability. I don't think that that's what you want. Otherwise you would have asked for that. Unfortunately, prior owners, and to some extent Sony itself, has guaranteed that they can't give you the thing that you want them to give you. They can't sell you the product that you're asking for. They can't make it. The people aren't there. The money is already gone. You can point fingers and blame whoever you like, but to be completely honest with you, this problem didn't start with Sony. It goes all the way back to Activision Blizzard. And even back then, the game had its flaws. The dev team was unreceptive to all of the feedback that people have been giving for years. And I know a lot of you thought that that was never going to come and bite the game in the butt, but here we are. The final content update for Destiny 2. The worst case scenario, though, is it would have been so easy for Sony to justify pulling the plug. So easy to say, alright, we messed up massively. Catastrophic Armageddon levels of mistakes we made. We need to bury this. They pull the plug on the game, they say nobody gets to play Destiny. No fun for anybody. And they can pretend that none of this ever happened and move on to their other projects. I think part of the reason why that doesn't happen is because of this massive showing for its final update. And another big part of it is probably due to the Stop Killing Games movement. Currently, there's no legal repercussions for Sony saying, you know what, we're just going to kill the game. But I imagine that there are a lot of suits in the office right now going, you know what? To avoid spending this much more money in legal troubles, how about we just let them keep what they already have and move on? I should be happy. I am. there's still some things in Destiny 2 that I want to do. In particular, I want to see if I can find another copy of my favorite weapon, the Smuggler's Word. But at least for the foreseeable future, I know that Destiny is something that I can come back to if and when I feel like. Didn't have to be that way. Now, there was another content creator who said that everybody was full of cope. The idea that if you support Marathon, they might make another Destiny game. And I think he's only got half of it right.
Destiny fans, you might not want to hear it, but if you really want to see Bungie greenlight a Destiny 3, you should maybe support Marathon as opposed to shitting on it or review bombing it. I responded to it. You might not want to hear it, but you need to commit time and money to support a game that you don't want to play for the slim chance that you get what you want in the future. This is peak delusion. This has happened so many times. Apex Legends. Guys, if we just support Respawn, we support Apex Legends, we'll get Titanfall again, right? No.
You see, right now, it's not feasible for Bungie to make another Destiny game. But if Marathon fails and Bungie does get shut down, then the possibility goes from slim to none to absolutely nothing. If they're on the fence about greenlighting another project with Bungie, do you really think that they're going to go ahead and make one without Bungie? I can tell you that they won't. So it's not support Marathon to maybe get Destiny 3, it's support Marathon so that Bungie can continue to exist and have the potential to do something with the name in the future. Something to consider. Me personally, I'm not too bothered by it either way. I'm pretty sure I've gotten all of the fun that I can possibly extract from Destiny 2 a long time ago. At this point, it's just a tool to reminisce and remember things. And sometimes that's for the best. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in another video.